I don't know why, but every time your name crosses my mind, something strange happens inside me. It feels familiar. Not ordinary familiar. Deeper than that. Like a memory I almost remember but can never fully touch. Have you ever looked at someone and suddenly felt like time stopped for a second? Like your heart recognized something your mind couldn't explain? That's exactly how this feels. Maybe it sounds impossible. Maybe you'll think I'm imagining things. But I need to ask you something that has been sitting heavily on my chest for a long time. Do you remember me? Not in the simple way people remember faces from school, work, or old conversations. I mean something different. Something that feels older. Deeper. Almost impossible to explain. Because every time I think about you, I get this feeling that we crossed paths somewhere before this moment ever happened. Maybe in another season of life. Maybe in a place we both forgot. Or maybe in a moment neither of us fully understood at the time. I know this sounds strange. Trust me, I questioned myself too. I tried to ignore it. I tried to convince myself it was just coincidence, just emotions, just imagination playing tricks on me. But some feelings refuse to disappear no matter how hard you try to silence them, and this feeling, it keeps returning. You know what's strange? Sometimes when I imagine talking to you, it doesn't feel new. It feels familiar. Like I've already heard your laugh before. Like I already know the way you would pause before saying something important. Like somewhere deep inside me, there's a memory trying desperately to wake up. Have you ever experienced déjà vu, that strange feeling where a moment feels repeated? Like life somehow pressed replay without warning? That's what this feels like, only stronger, because with you, it's not just moments, it's energy, presence, something impossible to explain. I wonder if you ever felt it too. Maybe there was a moment when you saw something that reminded you of someone you couldn't place. Maybe there was a random second in your day when a memory that didn't belong to anything specific suddenly appeared in your mind. And somehow, it felt connected. I can't explain why I feel pulled toward this question, but I do. Maybe because some connections don't begin the moment people meet. Maybe some stories quietly start long before anyone notices. Maybe that's why this feels different, not rushed, not forced, just familiar. Like opening a book you somehow already know the ending to, even though you've never read it before. I've spent so much time wondering about this. Wondering if somewhere, somehow, we crossed paths before life brought us here. Maybe we passed each other in a crowded place without realizing it. Maybe there was a moment we almost spoke but didn't. Maybe destiny stood right there quietly waiting. While neither of us understood what was happening. Funny how life works, isn't it? Sometimes people arrive exactly when they're supposed to, even if it takes years, even if the timing feels strange, even if nothing makes sense at first. Because maybe some people are never really strangers. Maybe they just feel forgotten until the right moment comes. And lately, I can't stop wondering if that's what this is. Have you ever met someone and felt strangely comfortable around them without knowing why? Like your soul relaxed before your mind even caught up? That feeling stays with me. It's hard to explain, hard to ignore, hard to pretend isn't real, because every time I think about it, one question keeps repeating in my head. Do you remember? Maybe not perfectly, maybe not clearly, but even a small feeling counts. Even the tiniest moment of familiarity matters, because sometimes memories don't return all at once. Sometimes they come back in pieces, a feeling, a dream, a moment of silence that suddenly feels meaningful, a strange sense that something important existed before words ever arrived. I wonder if that's happening right now. Maybe this message found you for a reason. Maybe you were meant to stop for a second and think. Maybe there's something your heart already knows, even if your mind isn't ready to understand it yet. Or maybe I'm simply holding on to a feeling too beautiful to let go of. Either way, I needed to ask, because some questions become impossible to ignore, and this one feels important. So tell me honestly, when you think about us, whatever this is, whatever this could be, does anything feel strangely familiar to you? Even just a little? Because if I'm honest, something inside me keeps whispering the same thing over and over again. I know you. And somehow, that feeling refuses to disappear.